What's good, y'all? This Money Don't Sleep podcast. This J Cash, no counterfeit. Counted. This segment, I want to talk about relationships, expectations that your partner may not want to live up to or may not believe in. A lot of us get in a dating field and we worried about what we want, and we find that in somebody else, but we assume that our dreams and our goals and our beliefs in life are going to be the same thing. That brings me to wanting to talk about Will Smith. I read his book. I listened to it on Audible, 16 hours, 17 hours and some change. And I listened to the dynamic and why Will felt how he felt in certain points in his life. Will was seeking validation from the women in his life because he wanted to make the women in his life approve him, and he loved the approval that he got from his grandmother, and he wanted to make everybody happy. And trying to make people happy, you can make them unhappy, you can irritate them, you can frustrate them, and completely piss them off, because they might say one thing and you might go above and beyond, and that make them feel overwhelmed or unsatisfied, because they wanted something small. Like it was something like she wanted a small house by some water. Will bought and built a big house by a lake. Jada didn't want a wedding. She just wanted to get married in a spiritual way on a mountain. Her mother, his grandmother and her mother wanted them to legally get married and have a wedding. Jada was pregnant. Jada told her mom to handle all the arrangement things. She just gonna show up. Will Smith felt like he had to be married to bring a child into the world. And Will Smith, in his book, he talked about how he can't have sex without love. And it basically grossed him out. And things of that nature, and he was trying to run through women to get over his feelings, but he needed love and to involve sex. And he talked about his shortcomings in a relationship. By him being a method actor, he felt like that ruined his first marriage with his wife, because at certain points in their marriage, she was dating a character that she didn't understand, and that could completely frustrate her. And he said it took months to get that character out of his regular life, to the point where it was affecting him on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, to the point where Carlton had to take on the comedic relief because his comic timing was off. He also talked about how his insecurities of being perceived as soft, and him himself feeling like he's soft and things of that nature, which bothered him throughout his life. And when Jada had the dynamic with Tupac, it made him insecure, to the point where him and Tupac possibly could have became friends. Before they got married, Jada let him know out the gate she doesn't believe in monogamy, and she don't feel like two people should be tied down and bound in certain things. And she broke that down to Will, and that's their marriage. It's not cheating if you and your spouse know about these particular things. Will Smith isn't in control of that woman. That woman isn't in control of him. She said in an interview over 10 years ago that Will can do anything he wants as long as he can look himself in the mirror. Will expressed how he can talk to his wife for hours at a time. That's day-night dynamic. He expressed how when they first got together, they used to have sex like they was running a marathon, like they couldn't stay off top of each other and things of that nature. Then he expressed when she had her 40th birthday, he went too overboard, to the point where all the guests enjoyed it but her. And she was telling him she didn't want to do nothing the following day because she was overwhelmed. He didn't understand it. So, fellas, when you are looking for a wife, you have to know how to be a man first. When you get that woman, you got to learn how to be her husband, not a husband. Be her husband. Will Smith broke down how he didn't know how to make Jada happy, and he had to realize that it wasn't his responsibility to make her happy. A lot of people get into relationships and marriages assuming that they about to date or marry a therapist and somebody that's going to make them happy. That is not true. You have to work on your happiness yourself. You have to be independently happy to share your happiness. That's something you can share. That's not something that somebody can give you. Somebody can bring you joy, but happiness is something that comes from you. So Will's like, I release you to allow yourself to make yourself happy. I want to see you make yourself happy so you can prove to me that you can be happy. Because some people are downers and you don't want to be around them. I don't know if Jada is a downer, but I know you can really love somebody and they can be overwhelming and they can crowd your space to the point where you feel like you losing you and you battling with them about not losing you because they overbearing and trying to bring you joy, which could be an issue. So, fellas, figure out your woman language and talk to her in it, and vice versa. She had to figure that shit out to you too, because sometimes it can be complicating even just when somebody want to vent. Everybody don't want an active listener. Everybody don't want to talk to somebody that can relate to their story. They just want to be heard. Some people need you to say, huh, okay, yeah, wooty woo. Everybody need different things, but also you got to know who to vent to. Fellas, we don't like the vent because they get used against us. We hear from their friends, family members, things of that nature. Or a lot of times too, women seek advice about something that you talk to them about, and they thinking it's never going to come up again, and it may do. Or they might flip it and use it against you, so it make you uncomfortable. Me personally, I don't feel comfortable being in a relationship. I don't really involve other people in my relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I don't go around like talking and calling people like whoopie whoop unless it's something crazy. And segue into the Summer Walker situation where guys say they've been he's not her new boo. He's been around. The real people know he's been in her life since 2014. Some women are saying he's been around, and some people are saying they don't consider him a new boo because he's not new to her. But they got face tattoos. If they are in a new relationship, he is a new boo, because at some point it's new to cross that line, unless he was a side dude. If he is a rebound dude, this is what pisses a lot of women off. Y'all have rebound dudes, and it pisses y'all off when we have rebound women. Some dudes have side chicks that have been around over 10 years that they don't be start smashing again until the lady they with mess up. HER. Everybody got somebody that they fuck with on the low. That's this generation, and people are not cool with accepting they person messing with somebody else. I feel like damn near everybody is cheating and being sneaky because the family be knowing about it. Back to Jada and August. Will knew about it. August said Will gave him the blessing. Will said, agreed basically on the red table talk. London made a whole album dogging. Summer made a whole album dogging London. And she got this dude, and she got a tattoo on her face with this dude's name. So was she really that in love with London? Or was London or is she just trying to lash out in a way that's toxic, that's going to lead to that young man who she's been knowing since 2014 being hurt? There's a lot of things that goes on in these relationships y'all got to take in consideration. Women can be worse and more deadly than guys. And a lot of women try to play naive, and they love to play the victim role. And that's what I feel like Summer Walker is doing. At first, people was looking at Jada like that, and then a lot of women was crowning Jada for what she did. And some people was like, Will went on a vacation with his ex-wife. His ex-wife, if I'm not mistaken, is married, unless she got a divorce. So who's to say what their situation is? But we know that Will, if he wanted to smash, he can, because the dynamic of his marriage, because they don't believe in monogamy. So we can't say Jada cheated on Will. We can say she broke Will's heart, but we can't say she cheated. But we can say Summer Walker allegedly cheated, and she's was in a very fishy situation because dog caught the ball off the backboard so quick. It's crazy. Like, share, comment below. Watch me on YouTube. Subscribe. My number is in the bio on my Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, all the links you need to find me will be below. If you're watching this on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everybody have a blessed week.